numbers and algorithms because numbers do lie, and people say one thing and do another. There's a great book. I understand from my understanding about you, Cash, is that you are a little bit of a nerd.
This type shit.
Yeah. Right? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes.
I'm a fellow
Okay,
dork.
cool. All right, yeah. Oh, we lit. Yeah, I am. I take pride in it, too.
I take pride in it, too. I tell people
It's a lot of us.
It's a lot. But you know what, though? Being like in the entertainment industry and you're kind of like a nerd, but you're still cool.
Yeah.
It kind of makes things a little hard.
Like, where do you even go?
Yeah, how do you categorize
how
yourself?
How do you fit in? Like, granted, you don't want to ever fit in, but it's just like not fitting in sometimes is a little bit of a curse. It's like, damn, where do I stand? Where do I go?
Yeah.
Gotta find that tribe and that community, but
I got a great compliment. R.I.P. to the boy. Matter of fact, Cannon was there. R.I.P. to the boy Nipsey Hussle, and because I grew up in Southern California.
Okay.
And he goes, all right, cuz, so you grew up around gangbangers and skateboarders. I was like, yes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, damn near. It's like it's not the gang culture is not as prominent in New York, but it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
What I was in, like, but I kind of took it upon myself to be a little nerdy. Like, it's just like,
what do you mean by took it upon yourself? Give me an example of that. Because
I don't know.
When I was a kid, I used to watch. I said it like cartoons. I was like into like National Geographic and Discovery Channel.
I wasn't. I was a tech nerd, right? So instead of toys, I hated toys.
Okay.
I had a Motorola two-way pager. I had flip phones. I was always like
online doing something. Yeah.
Yeah, like I knew how to fix the dial-up with the AOL modems and all that. Like my mom don't know how to do none of this shit.
Yeah.
Me, I'm the person, but I'm taking pride in it. Like I learned how to record when I was like 7.
Yeah. That's when you heard of your first song.
Yeah.
I heard.
My first, literally. Yeah, good research. Yeah. My uncle had got an iMac. The first time I ever seen an Apple computer in my life.
Right.
I was the youngest person in the house, but I'm the one that learned how to use all of the programs. So GarageBand, iMovie, like I used to document everything we did.
Right.
And maybe like a year after, I just sat in iMovie and I edited a whole documentary. We burned it on a CD. I don't know where the CD went. But from there, it was just like, oh, no, I got a knack for it. Like,
this is what you do.
This is my vibe.
I had a good conversation. I know you know the pen Sean Garrett. You've heard of
it?
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
So I had a conversation. I've known Sean Garrett for years. We've actually had screaming out arguments about best basketball player. I remember one time me and him was in the studio arguing about basketball during a session he was recording, and the people were like, "What's going on here?" And then we went back to record the session. Right. But I had said to him in a recent interview, a conversation with him, I said, you know, do you ever just think that maybe you're meant to be the kingmaker and not the king? And what I mean by that is all of Beyonce's writers are the kingmakers, but nobody wants to hear from the kingmaker. They want to hear it from the king. Now, what I've learned recently in my life is that can change depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you maybe were the kingmaker for this.
Yeah.
But over here you're the king.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
100%, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of finding that balance, I guess.
Yeah, and for me, it was just like learning to utilize the things that I was a nerd about with this profession that I have, per se. I mean, like all my artwork and stuff like that, I used to do them, certain mixing things, like even recording myself. Like,
yeah.
Because I took pride in it from so early on, now it's just like I'm in a space where I need all of this shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, it's just like before I got, signed and all that, I was doing damn near a lot of the technological stuff myself because I really like to learn about it. So for me, it's just like, the kingmaker in one space and the king in the other space, for sure. I feel like I figured out a balance.
You figured out a balance of that? Yeah. Does it make you, do you think you make yourself difficult for other people to deal with because you tend to know a lot?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I have, but I'd rather have somebody in a position to do a certain job tell me or ask me to dial back.
Really?
It's just like, yeah.
So you want them to say, hey, listen, bro.
Yeah, like I got
you hired me for a reason. Like, go over there and go dance in front of
the craziest thing with because I'm so used to pitching my own music.
Absolutely.
I pitched my last single in Spotify, and my DSP person at Atlantic, she texted me. She was like, "Did you pitch yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah, my bad. Like I'm always pitching myself." She was like, "You don't have to apologize, but just know this is what I'm here for. Like, you no longer have to do that." But to me, it was just like, that's super lit. Because she's like, we never have artists they don't even know how to get into this shit.
Right.
So for me, it's just like, oh, this is second nature. I got the apps on my phone. I'm still looking to this day. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's something I can do better here. Let me go back and do this, that, and the third. So it's just like, for me, I feel like I don't take none of it in vain. Everything is for a reason.
Yeah.
Because
what do you think the future Cash looks like in the industry? Is it artists or is it CEO? I've got a bunch of.
I definitely think it's CEO. I got a bunch of, because it's like, music is one of those things. I can use Jay-Z, even though he's my favorite artist. I think I can use him as an example because seeing outside of his artistry, just his business acumen and how he does things.
Yes,
to me, is the biggest thing about it.
I think Jay-Z is the first of what is now. What I mean by that is he understood the online perspective in the early 2000s. Yeah, he understood streaming before it was called streaming. Yeah. He understood apps when apps first came around. He organized. He was part of, whether he was getting the information himself or if it was given to him, he understood how to adapt it. Yeah. So in my personal opinion, he's the first of what is now.
Now that you put that in perspective, American Gangster was definitely like one of the first albums that you could like get on iTunes.
Yeah.
When they put iTunes out or Apple Music.
Or anything. MySpace, right? Drake. I remember Drake on MySpace.
It definitely, wow.
Justin Bieber.
That's crazy.
Right? I remember Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was the first of what is now. So when people act like they weren't listening to her or weren't a fan, I wish I could, like, I just want to put an umbrella in their mouth and open it. Like, shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Because you're lying.
Do the research.
Like, she was, first of all, not even do the research. Like, stop acting like she wasn't the biggest thing online. Twitter, everything else, and you hoes was sitting there listening to every little freestyling rap that she did. Stop playing with me. You know what I mean? So when I listen to someone like you, it's like, okay, I did all this stuff. I did this thing at 7 years old, and I went and did this at 10 years old like that. You know what I mean? And then you get to see the ins and outs. And as an artist, do you think that kind of diminishes your artistry as Cash because you're so technically gifted? Because artistry more so is about feelings. It's about, oh, I feel this way. Let me project it.
I wouldn't say it diminishes it because I still have an avenue to express it.
Okay, you're thinking like a nerd right now. I want you to know that.
Yeah, nah, for sure. For sure. Like, I still give myself room to do things in that instance where it's just like I'm putting what I know to the forefront.
Understood.
So I don't like to keep I don't ever want to keep my artistry in the dark. I don't give myself that dissatisfaction. You feel me? Like, I'm in control of my artistry. So it's like outside of music, of course.
I just want you to know that, that's your nerd talking. Just so
nah, for sure. I told you I take pride in it. I take super pride in it. Like, I don't mess around with it.
Sometimes in artistry, you're not gonna ever be in control. Yeah. You know, it's just like, all right, what am I gonna do here? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then you come from this lineage of family with Junior Mafia and your pops and the Notorious and all that and the whole bad boy stuff like that. Mm-hmm. There's a giant thing to honor there musically.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And then here you come and it's like, oh, I'm the godson of this and that's my cousin and my dad was this and it's like, here you go. And it's like, do you look up at the family legacy and go, damn, that's a mountain to climb? Did you?
But
oh, okay.
I used to.
Not no more.
Yeah,
Did you?
I used to. It's not the same no more because now it's just like I allow the legacy to be exactly that. Like, they did what they did.
Okay.
I'm super appreciative, but
you're not trying to follow.
Yeah, it's like we on to the next.
I'm not gonna compare.
I'm going to be one of the four figures of this next chapter of what's to come. Yeah. So my kids and their homies can be like, oh no, we come from this. They might not even know too much about what I come from because it's so far removed. Of course, I'm gonna tell them about it, but I feel like we get
everything's online now. You can't remove anything.
Exactly. It's gonna be one of them, and that's really what I also take pride in developing and discovering with myself. Like, how do we become those people? Not do the same exact thing, but do something just as important,
right?
If not more important.
Yeah,
I would definitely aim for more important. It is a lot to do.
I like the fact that you're in this era and you seem to want to embrace the traditional foundation of what hip hop was with the freestyles. Yeah. Every time I see you somewhere, it's like, he's got bars for this. Facts. I don't generally get to see you talk a lot. Yeah. To find out who you are. Yeah. one of the things I've had this conversation. Cannon knows how I get down, but I've always said to people, I was like, artists aren't really sold through their music; they're liked.
Yeah,
through their music.
It's personality.
Their personality is what people grab. It's like, oh, I didn't know you like spaghetti. Have you tried mine? And then all of a sudden, now you got a forever fan.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of perspective, man. Yeah. So do people pull up on you and try to get to know you because seem to know you from the freestyle stuff?
Now more than ever, I've been able to give a little bit more of my personality, which is something that we, especially the team, like we're making sure we put it to the forefront. But before that, like I'm really an introvert, so I don't really give. I guess I give off a kind of energy where it's just like people rather not even try to step too far into my life because they don't know what my reaction is gonna be, which is kind of bad. But the fact that I'm an introvert, for me, is just like, I don't really care. Mm-hmm. Now I'm kind of stepping out of that and being more receptive to like, oh, yeah, I'll be social. We could laugh about something just to show people like I'm not just this wall, bro. Like,
Yeah, the black glasses when you're freestyling, I'm like,
you feel me? Like
Ice Cube a little bit.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, I'm not all the way that. Like, I have a super fire personality, in my opinion. But, I'm getting to that space now where personality is becoming more of a conversation. And I'm understanding why that's so important.
How do you combine the modern era with the misinformation era? And this is what I mean. We're in a modern era of everything is available, but everything's not making money. I think it was London, the female rapper. She was like, "There's no money.
There's no money in music.
There's no money." I wanted to like jump in the interview like, "You're wrong. There's plenty of money in music." Yeah. What people have been lied to. Yeah. What people have been lied to about in the last like 15 years is that they think that radio doesn't matter or this doesn't matter, and they jump from one thing to the other. And the thing is that it all matters. Yeah. So I was trying to explain to somebody, I was like, I've been at this a long time. Yeah. I am not part of the radio era where radio was local. I don't even know what that means. My whole career has been streamed around the world.
That's fire though.
Radio's been streaming around the world. So when people say, well, radio's local, well, when? I don't know.
I don't know about that, yeah.
You know what I mean? And why do you think your shows are the biggest shows around the world? Mm-hmm. Because you can stream them online or you can listen on an app. Mm-hmm. And Shazam is your best online device, right? When I was listening to her talking, I wanted to say all these things to her, like, Shazam's your best online device. Radio pays the most. There's no money in streaming because after 80 streams, it's only $1, and then you got to split that up. So many people, you saw Snoop Dogg, 1 billion streams, he got $45,000.
I don't believe that. Like I
think it was
maybe it's like maybe
I think it was a collective of all his music.
So let me dial back. Yeah, it's like 1 billion streams. He might have gotten 45,000 from it after it may have to go through funnels and things of that nature. But I've streamed
every I think it was every 1,300 streams is like considered a sale.
I've streamed in the upper tens of millions, and I've seen more money than that. So
right.
It's like that's the only reason why I didn't believe. Like I don't know what his situation is. I don't know if
like contract wise.
Yeah, I don't know like if it was just like it's hands in the pot, whatever the case may be, whatever your deals are. Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy. That number is very insane.
I hear a lot of artists say that, but there's no money in streaming.
Nah, it's definitely not. That's why
Shazam is great and radio is great, and I'm not saying don't stream. Yeah. But
do it all.
If you're looking
do
for
everything,
one answer, you will forever die.
I feel like one thing I do agree with her on, I didn't really watch the whole clip, but I heard some of it, is you do have to do other things, like to help bring light to the one thing that you want to get across. Like how we're talking about personality. Like you being a good personality can get you some more money because people might like you as a person.
They might not like
they might not like your music at all.
That's the issue I think we're having.
Yeah.
As an artist, right, you're trying to convey your music and you want people to like it.
Yeah.
And what people get mad at is they put this effort up front and they think their effort is supposed to be reciprocated just because they made the effort.
No.
I still have to like it.
No, yeah.
There's one thing that I can guarantee you in this business. I've watched it for 20 plus years, being in it. My mom did R&B. Now she's a classically trained opera singer. Oh, I've watched this music industry for so long. I've never in my life seen a record where they spent $1 million to promote it and it made a hit. Yeah. I've seen it get familiar and fail. I've seen records that spend barely any money and make a hit because you know why? I can't force you to like it. I can force it to become familiar and you to hear it. It's just
on you whether you like it or not.
People still have to like it.
Yeah.
And that's the issue a lot of artists get mad at. Well, man, they holding me back. You just suck, bro. That record's not it. Or give me a different sound.
The craziest thing about that is I feel like the consumer plays a big part in people sucking, and it's just like...
That's my point, though.
It's just like...
I sit at the control tower. I see what's online, in the clubs, in the schools, like on the radio. I see it all, and they're trying to tell me what a hit is. I'm like, bro, I'm out here. Yeah, with the algorithm, I'm like, numbers lie all day.
We're slowly but surely fizzling back into get outside and get in the street.
You have to. The only online that tells you the truth is Shazam, and it's because a physical person actually has to press that button to see who is this.
Yeah, I love seeing my data.
Yeah,
my Shazams, like
you were like, oh, so that many people actually check
1,000 people
like,
just trying to listen to this one song.
Yeah,
and I just went, all right, let's keep it going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So what does Cash do now? Because you're done with the whole, oh my God, I got to live up to this thing, and now you're on to my own.
Don't forget the Kai in the front of Cash too. By the way,
I got you.
Right now,
he said, bro, don't leave the K out of Cash, bro. Kai, I got you, Kai. But go ahead.
The other, I think what I do now, really, is the things I lacked before I got to this place, right? And for me, that's like going back to the conversation of saying like, just not exploiting, for lack of better terms, my personality and showing people that I am a nerd and I do tap into these other pockets. Like I'm not just the super rapper.
You can be everything.
I can be everything. I had a clothing line when I was a teenager.
Yes.
I wrote a book when I was in college.
Right.
I still do graphic designs on the side.
Right. I do all my stuff in here. So I got you.
So it's like for me, I like fashion.
Right.
You know, I take pride I keep saying about what I take pride in because I really take pride in a lot of this stuff. But I don't put it to the forefront because I'm leading with the music. And now I'm in a space where I'm not necessarily dialing back from leading with the music, but it's more so like
it's amongst the other
how
things.
How do we connect? We tether everything so it just brings this main thing up to the forefront.
Cannon, good luck with this guy. He is definitely a nerd. I love it. You know what I mean? Good luck with the energy on this one, this particular one, man. It's a blessing and an honor, bro.
Thank you.
But I wanted to just kind of conversate with you in a different light. Yeah. I did a little bit of research on you. I have watched LA League because I happen to be from Cali, homie. So I was seeing all the freestyles and I was like, okay, I know about Cuz, you know what I'm saying? I see what he got going on, but I'm like, I just never heard no one really talk with you, bro. I'm like, what is he about? Mm-hmm. You know, you start hearing the bars and I'm raised in Brooklyn and then I was like, all right, cool, but who are you a little bit, you know, in that light, man. So he's into fashion. He's a nerd. Mm-hmm. He wants to tether everything together, ladies. I don't know what else we could say about this guy. Check the music out where Mr. Kai.
Yeah, Kai Cash. Everything is Kai Cash. KAICA$H. On social media, it's KAICASH. But, you know.
I got one last thing for you.
Find me everywhere.
Doesn't matter the era, the time, or the decade. Mm-hmm. Bring an artist back from the dead you could do a song with.
Michael Jackson.
Man.
Off rip. Michael Jackson. It's like, who wouldn't want to? Come on.
Right?
It's Michael Jackson.
Right.
Like, Absolutely. We were just talking about the video of him in a limo.
Did you have a video idea for it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I wish I did. But I was talking to my girl about the video of him dancing to Ignition when it had first came out. He was in a limo.
Uh-huh.
He was just like listening to it and he hit one of these. And I'm like,
yeah.
I wish I could have had Michael Jackson doing that to one of my records. Like, bro, that's crazy.
I got you, man. Hey, man, we in the building right now. It's your boy E.T., man. Let's go, partner.